Brianna is gonna teach me to spin this week.
I'm gonna try.
My eventual goal is to spin this bump that I got at Rhinebeck, but we're gonna start somewhere else. So what's the plan?
So we're gonna start with some undyed Falkland, because I think this would be a good place to start spinning. And then this is a sampler pack when I was trying different fibers I wanted to carry in my shop. So there's gonna be some in here that will also be nice little ½ ounce, quarter ounces for you to play around with different fibers. And then we have a few dyed top that you can try. So this is Targhee, bouncy like Rambouillet.
Oh, that's nice.
Right, but a little stickier than Rambouillet, a little softer than Falkland. And then eventually working our way up to Rambouillet.
Oh my gosh, my hand's already sweating. They're like, yes, I'm nervous because I want to do this well, but I know today is not going to be perfect.
No, today is not going to be perfect,
but
which is why we're going to start with plain ones.
Samples.
Yes.
Okay, let's go do it.
This is an electric eel wheel nano. That's why it's super tiny. And that's why this bobbin is tiny. So this can only fit about 2.5 ounces of fiber per bobbin.
Hey, toaster.
So even if you wanted to spin one braid, you'd need 2 bobbins.
Oh, okay.
Or,
that's still kind of a lot.
then a third to ply it onto, right? So we have it hooked up battery pack. This is your on-off switch, pretty much. Over here is your speed.
Oh.
So you always start with it super turned down, and you can increase speed as you need.
The way up, okay.
Z twist, S twist. So just which direction? S. Do you know about S and Z?
I've heard of it, but I don't know which one I want.
It really doesn't matter. Traditionally, most yarns are spun, singles are spun with an S twist, and then you ply them together with the opposite.
Okay.
It doesn't, people say one is better for crochet because the way you twist your yarn. I don't think it really matters as long as you are doing it opposite. This is your flyer, this whole piece that I pulled out and put the bobbin onto. This is a drive band.
Okay.
It has to be in this groove.
Okay.
See, it comes out. That's how you change your bobbin. It has to go in there.
Okay.
And around here.
Okay.
Sometimes it pops off here and you're going to be like, why isn't this spinning correctly? Because this knob controls this.
Got it.
And then this is your brake band. It also should go around in that groove. And this is how much.
So that one actually goes on the bobbin. Okay.
And that should be how quickly it's pulling the yarn into it. So again, that's one. You want to start with it as slow as you can in your brake band see it's totally slack. And then you're going to increase it as you go.
Okay.
The more speed you have, the more uptake you're going to need for it to go on. This is a leader, so it's just a piece of scrap yarn that I have that I sort of like slip knotted around here.
Okay.
And these are your hooks. So these are the things that are going to help you pack your bobbin essentially. This one should never be behind this.
Okay.
Right? Because you want it
to be spinning onto here.
Yes, you want it to spin forward, and then you're going to stop, move it forward, move it forward, move it forward.
What are these then?
So you can do it from either side.
Oh, gotcha.
So we talked a little bit about staple length before.
Yeah.
So we know that this
What
is
yarn
our
is this again?
undyed Falkland.
Okay.
And
Which
we
is
know
a wool sheep.
Yes, a wool sheep. Like medium micron count, probably 26, maybe 25 actually. So you could see the staple length is what, like 4 inches maybe? So when you're drafting,
Did you see that? Cool.
you want to make sure that your hands aren't closer than that. Otherwise, you won't be able to pull any fiber out or you'll be fighting yourself. This is totally preference. I like to guide with my right hand.
Which is your dominant.
Yes, but there are other righties who do the opposite. This is really foreign to me to use my left hand.
Okay.
So
I'll
you
just have to
try what works best for you. We're going to get this started.
Yeah,
I think it makes sense for me to start it.
I think that makes a lot
because
of sense.
I also haven't used this machine in
Here, do you want to be centered?
many months.
over
Yeah,
it?
so I don't have to move everything over.
Let's do like this.
I haven't used this in many months. So when you get started, you take a little bit and you're going to like,
Loop it.
yes.
Cool.
So that, there we go.
Ooh,
So it's spinning. And see, it's not,
Pulling.
it's not having almost any uptake. See how slack this is? So I'm going to tighten it.
And then watch how Brianna spins it.
And watch how it all.
It's just twisting around like that.
So see what happened?
Yeah.
So when you're spinning, basically you just have lots of different fibers that are pulling together, and you need to separate them enough to make the yarn as thin as you want.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to decide if you're spinning woolen spun or worsted spun. I'm going to literally take the spin out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you spin, there's this thing called the drafting triangle.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's basically just like the tip of the yarn.
Mm-hmm.
The tip of the fiber that you're pulling from. And what happened is I let the spin get up into the drafting triangle.
Right.
So I couldn't draft anymore.
You couldn't pull it apart. It was too
No,
tight.
I would have been pulling down here.
Yeah.
So you don't want to let air get into here, because see, now you can draft it. Because the twist is all in front of my finger.
Oh, okay.
So when you're spinning worsted, and this is how we'll start you spinning, you're always going to keep your finger closed.
Okay.
It never opens. It just slides back. So see, I let the twist get into here.
Right.
And then no air got into this drafting triangle.
Okay.
But the more I pull out, see now the skinnier the strand is going to be? Or if I pull a lot out, there's no more twist.
Yeah, because
the wheel's not on. I'm going to try and spin worsted because I don't usually do that. So see, smooth it back, pull some out, smooth it back. Pull some out, smooth it back, and then I'm gonna let it feed on.
Cool. You make it look so very easy. Okay.
We're gonna stop it.
So my turn to try.
It's your turn to try. We're gonna move this up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So try. Oh, I'm getting sweaty.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to try like drafting it. So you were holding it like how you were holding it close, but then pulling it apart to that length.
So you probably want to hold it back. Yep, right
Do you
around
feel my
there.
hands are sweaty?
That's okay. And this, you're going to want to hold it. Someone told me when I was learning, you should hold your fiber like a baby bird.
Just like light.
Yes. So I'm gonna start this.
Oh God, I think I broke it apart.
That's okay. Let the twist get in.
Oh my God, my hands are
Okay, ready?
sweaty.
I'm gonna start this because you need more twist, otherwise it'll break apart. But I slowed it down, so you have a little bit more time.
See, but how do I make sure I don't pull it like too thin?
Well, you probably will. And then it'll break. And then
it can go a little bit. Okay.
you can probably use a little more. So if you lose it, and you try and hold it here, this is a really cool thing. You can just
put it
connect
back together.
People are gonna have comments like about the way, oops.
Oh no.
The way I just went to join that. Depending on how you spin, you really should like hold it sideways and let it connect itself. I'm really sweating. One of the workers at Bosworth told me like don't worry about that.
Well, you know
just connect it.
I'm not trying to sell this, so
yeah.
I'm gonna just do what I can do for now.
So
it's getting serious.
This is important for you, I guess, for you to see when it breaks, because it will break.
Oh, I can pull it through.
Make sure it's here.
Okay. Do you want to do it?
Or you do it.
Okay, so I put the hook through.
And you're gonna grab it up here.
And grab it, and
then you're gonna have to let go with your left hand, so it goes through.
Okay.
And then that's magnetic right there. Super easy, so you don't lose it. Okay.
So how did you just do this? You overlapped it?
Yes, you can overlap it a bunch because you can keep it really thin.
Well, I probably should because I'm going to keep doing that. So, okay.
Okay, I'm going to slow it down.
Okay.
So it doesn't pull out of your hand. Well, I'm going to shut the brake tension too. Okay.
It's too slow.
Okay, there you go. So let that like connect a little. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I know, I should probably pull it further.
There you go.
You know what, though? I'm not actually drafting. That was everything that was already done. Ah!
So see?
Okay. Yes, what am I doing? I need to hold this up here.
So now you're trying to pull, but you're holding the staple length at the same end of it. So you have like a 4-inch rope, and you're pulling both ends of the rope. So you need to back up a little.
Okay.
And loosen this up a little. I know it's scary. It's not going to go into, I mean, even if it does go into there, it's fine. We can get it out.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we're going to, oh, look how consistent you are.
Look how I pulled it apart.
I also tend to spin on the thinner side. So if it's really thin right now, you just pull a little bit more. fiber. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I have to
makes
be
it
grabbing
thicker.
the fiber with this finger. Although I know I'm not supposed to stop. Does it need to be, am I doing it too fast?
No. I just don't, I'll change the machine. Don't change your hands. Do like what feels natural and comfortable.
Ooh, wow.
See, now it's a lot thicker.
It's thicker, yeah. I just have to say that I did not think I was going to be able to do this at all.
Well, you're doing it.
Okay. We didn't move it. So, okay, show me how to move it.
So this, you just slide this up.
Okay.
You don't want to move it too much because then it'll be like a weird chunk.
Yeah. But you just move it and then it starts to like wind around.
It'll wind around here, then you move it. Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay.
Ready?
Will you start me again?
I'll start you.
Okay. All right. She's a little thick, but it's okay. Day 1 complete-ish. I finished up my Falkland little sample last night, and Brianna brought me up 2 more fibers to try. I only remember that one of these is Targi, and she is dyeing yarn right now, so I can't tell you much more than that, but there's a little braid, and then this one's just kind of like in a little swirl, a little nest. That's all you're gonna get from me right now. I did finish up this on my own last night, just like Brianna was doing something else. I think she was she scouring a fleece? I don't know. Anyway, and I'm like, I'm just gonna come and try this by myself. And after being very confident, I started to have some issues, of course, with things getting a little too over twisted and my yarn breaking or my fiber breaking a lot. But that was okay because I feel like I needed to kind of go through some different things and like try it out on my own and try to figure it out without somebody telling me exactly what I was doing wrong. So I'm excited to try it again today after a night of sleep to see if my body like remembers everything. So I think I'm gonna start with this one that's in the little braid and just see what I can get done here in the next little bit. I'm having a lunch break from work, so so far I'm enjoying this. Wow, this is really soft. I think I'm taking it apart, right? Oh no, I am breaking it. You know, I'm gonna learn so many things this week, but let's see if I can get this thing going again. I think, oh no, I thought I set it up backwards. We're good. I believe she said she likes to split things in half, so let's try it. Checking the staple length. Looks a little shorter than yesterday. All right, here we go. What's happening? I feel like it's going backwards. Okay. I keep breaking it and I don't really know exactly what I'm doing here. I might need Brianna. You can see the difference of what I spun yesterday, how it's like a tighter twist versus what I'm spinning right now. It's just like floof. Help. I just had a thought because I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to be using both of these little clips here. I remember her saying that this one should not be behind. Is it supposed to go through both of them? Let's just try it because I'm having a disaster. And then if this doesn't work, I'm gonna wait for Brianna because I'm having a tragedy. It's just not working. Okay, let's try this. Okay, one more time. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna wait for Brianna. So Brianna has helped me get my stuff together over the last few days.
I have done very little.
Well, I was really struggling the second day,
Okay.
but now I have a whole thing of Targhee. I have, what, 2 ounces in total?
About,
here?
probably a little less, but
But we're not gonna, this is just still practice because it doesn't look consistent. But what's the plan?
we have a little bit. I was clearing a bobbin that I had, and I decided to make a little ball so that you can practice playing on this whole
You
practice
did that for
game.
me?
Well, yes. I was starting to do it by hand, and I was like, why am I doing this? I have a bobbin winder.
Oh, okay. And you're just
So
like,
I ripped this off, and then I was like, actually, this can be for Natalie. That would be perfect to practice.
So my plan is to practice plying on something that's not really going to matter at all. And then maybe later today, or maybe, it depends on how fast I ply this, I guess, I am going to start on something with color in it, which I'm really excited to do.
Are you going to start on this one?
I think so.
Okay.
Do you think I need to practice it one more time?
It's just a new fiber.
What? This is merino, right?
This is Rambouillet.
Oh, Rambouillet. Okay. And this is Rambouillet?
This is Targhee. So this is what you've been using, and that's Targhee. So this is what you've been using,
Okay.
and this is something new. So either works. It's just, what do you feel like doing? Do you want to continue practicing and like solidifying what you've been doing and try making a skein out of that? Or try something totally new?
I want to try something totally new, and I will be okay if it's not perfect. I mean, it's not going to be perfect.
No.
So I think
Well,
like,
it will be perfect.
it will be perfect for me.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready, like, to do something that is a color, and I
Okay.
think this would be cool. So I can spin all of this, and then I can ply it back on itself, and I'll have one full skein of yarn
You'd break it, and put it on 2 bobbins, and then ply it together.
and ply it together. Because I really eventually want to get to using my bump, because you have a bump too, and then we can do it together, which will be fun and exciting. Okay, so I think the first thing is we're going to ply. Okay, so first off, I need to make a new bobbin.
Yes, because we'll ply onto that.
Assembled.
Assembled.
Perfect. I need to take this one off.
Yep.
Okay. That is true. Well, I'm just going to loosen this first because that seems like a good idea. My break tension.
Yep.
And then I remember something like came up, I think. Well, does this just like, no. Hold on, let me think about it for a second. It's not like a toilet paper roll.
No, you have to like pull the 2 ends apart. No. So you were right here with your break tension. Sorry, let's keep this. So you loosened it, which is great.
But I need to take it off?
Yep, you just have to take it off.
Oh, and then this just slides out? Or
Almost.
it like lifts up? Oh, this one has to come off too? Oh, I can take this off?
Yep. So just pull that. And this whole flyer is one piece.
Can it fall in or no?
Well, you need to pull it in front of all of this because that's all one piece.
Okay, so that just comes off there. And then, then it all lifts out.
Yep. There's this, I think it's like magnetic.
And then this
comes off.
slides off.
Yep.
And then now I put my new one on. It doesn't matter which way.
Nope.
Okay, so we need to put this on the Lazy Kate, which we're going to use your fancy one. Where's yours from? You don't know?
No.
It's very fancy.
It collapses, which is why I got it, which is nice.
That's cool. You have some pretty stuff on here that you're applying. Wait, your big bobbin is over here though.
So this is gonna bounce around because
Should we put it in a bowl?
we can put it in a bowl. It'll probably just come out of it anyway.
That's true. I
Whenever
just
you're
put it in a
done.
project bag because then
That's a
at
good
least
idea.
it won't tangle. Problem solved. I remember there's one very important thing we have to do. And that is I need to switch from S to Z.
Yep. There
on
you
the
go.
side here.
Good job.
Okay.
So you're gonna take your two singles that you're gonna apply together, and really you just want to get it started. So, like you notice, this end is not the most consistent.
It doesn't, yeah.
It doesn't really matter because you're going to
Probably chop it off.
do this, fold it onto itself.
Oh my God, this was at like warp speed.
I was gonna say, make sure you want to lower your speed and your brake tension.
Yep, both have
Fairly
been lowered.
low.
That's a little better. Okay.
Okay, and then the way I like to hold this, put my hand, just like a finger or two fingers, whatever, separating them so that they don't get twisted beat past my hand.
I'll let you start it and then you can hand it over to me, or
Okay.
what do you think would be easiest?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Oh, see, I tend to do the opposite then, I guess. I tend to spin my singles Z and then apply
No way.
counterclockwise, yeah.
So you're just kind of keeping it like one finger in between?
Yeah, whatever feels comfortable.
And you're holding on to it here. So what are you looking for exactly?
Really, the type of ply that you want.
Yeah, because that's
so
probably
you can
not
tell
enough.
this is loose. I mean, if you really want a loosely plied yarn, it's probably fine. So what you can do is now stop it and look at, okay, how do I feel about this, right? You'll see when it's, because these plies are not
Right, not the
consistent,
same.
we're getting a little like art yarn almost. But when it is, do I like how much twist is in here? Or do I want a little more or a little less?
Well, this is definitely easier.
So easy.
Because you don't have to worry really about much of anything.
And I know with me, because it's easy, I tend to go quicker.
Yeah, so you can probably go faster.
Yep, tend to turn it up because it's not going to sit here very long, and then I probably need to tighten the brake tension a little.
Yeah.
Let me know when it feels good. Do you probably
Need more speed.
want more twist, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I could turn it up, or you could let it sit longer.
Turn it up.
Okay.
Because this feels like something I'd rather just be like, let's just
Done.
get it. Like the spinning part is fun. This is like not as
This is
fun.
like get it done, get it. It's like
Yeah.
binding off a little. That's like, okay, the final step before it's done. Now, something to think about. I'm going to stop it.
I need to move this too.
Because you're now doing plied yarn, it's going to fill up your bobbin a lot quicker. And then since you're
This is
putting
wild.
2 bobbins worth together, you're probably going to have to apply onto 2 bobbins, right?
So that's kind of,
That's the downfall of having a wheel that's this tiny.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
even with a bigger wheel, when you're doing bigger spins, you are probably having multiple bobbins anyway.
Yeah. And I saw that when you put yours away, you put
Something
a weight
on it.
on it so it wouldn't like,
Yes, get all tingly down there.
this is probably terrible since it's my coffee, but. I finished spinning. Wait, no.
Sorry.
What am I doing? Plying. I finished plying my first little baby yarn. You can see right here where I was doing it at first. It's really, really loose and not really like barber pulley. It's more like a candy cane. And then right here, it's hard to see. I got better. I got more twist in it, and it looks better. So now I get to make this into yarn.
Look, it's like your first day of school.
This is my first skein of yarn. I haven't named it yet though. I am thinking Fred. And we've been together for about 5 days.
Wow.
And so it's been real, but it's time to finish this one up. So my plan yesterday was to start with this. but Brianna has gently guided me to probably a better solution, which is to practice with color and play with color before I do something that I can make like a potentially decent yarn out of.
Because I think you're really going to like that.
Oh, I forgot to do this. Yeah, I think I'm really going to like this. And this could be like my first, like, okay, for real.
You can make a hat, like, and it's a skein. Yeah. Like, you can do something with that.
Which is exciting.
Yes.
So, no Rambouillet for today. We're going back to Targhee, and which is good because I've already worked with that. And I'm going to practice with color. So, what do I need to know about the color here?
There's no right way to make your yarn look. This is like the coolest part about spinning for me. This is the part that's like you can give this same exact braid, even if it was commercially dyed where every single thing was the same exact to 10 different people and you're gonna get such different yarn because now you get to decide how you want the color that's distributed on this fiber to go into your yarn. Do you want it to be long stripes of color? Do you want it to be really short blips that repeat over and over again? You get to decide that almost even more than the dyer. My suggestion would be to try a few different things on this. And I think it'll still be really cool on the same skein.
Yeah.
So when you actually look at a braid like this, it like lays out flat. Here it is. See, here's the opening.
Oh.
And now you can lay this out flat.
Because I feel like I'm going to have to split that in half because I don't think I can spin from something that wide without it being a disaster.
So I don't like spinning from something this wide. It's not my preference. However, the larger chunk of fiber you have that's a certain color, the more yarn you're going to get in that color. Right, of that ply. So right now you can get a decent amount of this pinky red going back and forth this whole thing. If and when you split this in half, see now how you have so much less fiber of that color. But you also want it to be enjoyable. So it's a mix of how do I want to spin this in a way that I'm enjoying the process, but also I'm going to be happy with what the fiber is. Right. Do I split it in half and see how that is? And then maybe by the end you're down here and you're like, let me try spinning across the whole braid, see how I feel. No, I hate it. What happens then if I split it into quarters or into thirds? Then the stripes will be even less. And playing with that. I wish I had, I'm going to do something.
So I could undo the whole thing and tear it in half, or would you recommend breaking it? That's what I'm not sure.
So again, it's going to be about, so this is about halfway here. So it's totally about what is going to make your spin more enjoyable. Especially because we're going to play around with different things, would say go ahead and tear it.
So I can do something different.
And here, if you want, you could split the whole thing lengthwise. So again, you break up, like open the braid like I did. Okay. You don't have to now that we did this part. But if you want to practice like opening the braid so that you can know you're actually splitting in half. Sometimes you'll think you are and you're not.
Now it will pretty much divide how you started it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not quite half, but it's okay.
That's okay. Yeah. That's fine. So now I like to, this is what I like to do because I want to spin. This is a decision. I would want to spin it in the same order so that you have it repeat. So I would put this into a braid so that I know which end I want to start with.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So if I just like little crochet, finger crochet or whatever this is, now I know I'm going to start with this color up here.
Cool. And now I can just
now you have that.
So this is still probably a little bit much for me. So if I divide this again into quarters and then maybe I try to do this one across the half, that might be what I do because I think that will help me get more practice with going across the braid. Because I try going like back and forth, but it was still pretty hard at this point.
You also, once I start spinning, like now it's laid out flat. I feel like once I start spinning, I tend to
scrunch it up,
keep it like more circular again. So
I'm still going to try it because I'm curious to see how it's going to be. So let's see it in half. Whee! This is gonna be, I'm like so excited to do color.
Me too. I'm excited for you to get to play and still explore with this and not get into a place.
I can make a thing. Wait, I can do it. I can do it.
I don't want you to get in a place where like, oh no, this has to be exactly what I wanted it to be, and it's not. Now I'm so sad. This is like, oh, you're just experimenting. That's fun.
It kind of looks like when I learned to crochet.
A little bit.
Okay. Yay! They're ready for later. Okay, and now I forgot which was the start.
I think it was that one.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think it was that
so.
one.
I think so because the tail looks the same. Are you proud of me? I can let go and I can change the things.
I'm very proud of you.
Without
I
it
hope
going
you
all
are
the
proud
way down.
of you.
I am proud of me. I feel like, I mean, obviously I was like, oh, I'm going to learn to spin this week. But I honestly was like, I don't know how much I'm actually going to like walk away being able to do. But I feel like I'm learning something every single day. Also, this feels so much better than it did like the first day when my hand was like cramping up.
Your muscles, I'm telling you, spinning muscles.
Well, I'm also like not having to hold it as tight, which is nice. What's your favorite fiber to spin with?
I don't know if I have an overall favorite or like favorite for what. I feel like I really like Targi actually is a nice like medium. So it can take a fair amount of twist, but it still has a little bit of bounce. It's a nice like moderate space. I do love Rambouillet, but something about Falkland is also mindless. Like you don't even need to think about it because it doesn't have as much bounce. You're not needing to like, it doesn't need as much twist, right? It's just a little bit of twist and you get it on and then you're good to go. So even this, you're like, oh, am I adding enough spin to this? Am I okay?
I'm having to like kind of go slow to make sure. And I'm just checking a lot because I want to make sure like, I think that looks pretty good actually. What do you think?
Yeah, look at your playback.
It's so thin.
Is this the right way? No, the other way. You pull some more out because right here is like
that's
not
true.
really finished spinning yet, right?
Okay, so let's take a look at it. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good and it feels good. So,
Cool.
I don't know. I think I'll kind of vibe with this for a little bit maybe. I'm doing it. Okay, well,
You're rocking it.
I don't really need you anymore.
No, you don't. I'm like, go fly, be free. Well, that's so thin.
It is really thin.
Are you doing that on purpose?
Yes.
Or just, okay.
No. Well, I mean, yes, and also, but like I didn't realize it wasn't getting enough spin in it. So Brianna's gonna be home at any minute. I'm actually watching her. But she has been away for a day and a night going to a wedding. So she hasn't seen my spinning in person yet. And I was hoping to do a lot more than this, but I'm still happy with it because I had a couple of work days in there too. So I finished spinning 1/4 of this whole braid that we had, which wasn't quite a full braid. So it's like maybe 3 ounces, I think she said in total. So we split it in half. This is half of it. I haven't touched that yet, but this is the half of the half, so the 1/4. So with this one, I split it in half again, and I spun that, and it's giving me some stripes, which are really, really pretty. So I thought for this one, I would try to do like spin from the whole braid and just see how that changes the color. I'm getting more comfortable with going across the braid or at least pushing the braid together. So I think I should be able to do it with it this thick. But we're about to find out and then I get to show Brianna what I've done. It's the last day
That's so sad. But also
We've done a lot.
exciting
I know.
because now you get to make yarn.
So I'm going to take my first spin because I'm not done with the other one. And Brianna's going to show me how to actually make this into yarn. So what's the first step?
Have you ever used a nitty knotty before?
I actually had a small one.
Okay.
But I don't really know how to get it started.
So I guess that's fine. I was going to say we could put it on a lazy Kate. I just like to tie mine on here. So like,
In the middle.
yeah, I have the end and I know where it is. Around, under, around, under.
So it's like over, under, over, under.
Yep.
And then I just do that until it's off of here.
And then you probably want to try to get rid of the little pigtails
Okay.
when you come to them. And you'll just do this entire thing. And then when you're done with it, we'll do some figure 8 ties.
Okay. To
So
secure
that
it.
Yep, it doesn't get all tangly. And then we'll give it a nice little soak and set it.
How do you set it?
Block it, basically.
You just like lay it out, or do you like stretch it out, or?
You soak it in the water, and then you take it out. I put it in the spin dryer and then thwack it. So like, I'm sure what you do before you put a skein onto a Swift or something, like, and then move it a little. You can do that. That's what
and then you just lay it.
Then I hang it to dry.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
so we're
what
gonna do that tonight.
Yep, that's what I do. There are lots of different ways to do it. That's actually snapping it. Thwacking it is like
Actually hitting it on
against
something?
something. Yeah, I just snap it. But
My turn.
this is your turn now.
Even if my first yarn did come out a little bit wonky, I'm still so grateful that I had this time this week to get to learn to spin with Brianna. Even a year ago, I would have said I don't really have a huge interest in learning to spin because there's only so much free time and it's already taken up by knitting. But I can already tell that this is going to be something that I definitely enjoy doing, and I can't wait to keep working on it and see what yarn I can make.
Outside already.
Just try it. Worst case, you can always redo it.
Just try it.
Ready?
Ready?
Yeah, I just pinches. Help!
Ready for my I'm ready for my makeup.
And okay, everybody. 5, 4,
No.
3.
And that should work.
Needs to dust those later.
Okay, are you ready to rumble? Okay. Over, under. Whoa. Is there a machine that does this?
Probably.
What?
I don't know. I'm sure there is.
I'm already over it. Okay, no feet. La la la. La la la. La la la. La la la. Time to spin.
Isn't that the song?
Maybe. This is not my perfect match, so we're gonna go to the boardroom and we're gonna make a switch.
Those are much different things. Do you think it's your perfect match?